Rise and reach for the stars, Cancers. I'm Bernadette, and I'm here with your Cancer Tarot reading for February 2021. I am very excited because if you're not familiar, I am the creator, channel, and publisher of the award-winning history-making Arcanimal Tarot and Oracle deck. And in my deck, there are 100 cards, 78 of which correspond to the Rider-Waite Tarot, that traditional system. And then you get 22 bonus cards that are extra spirit, totem, and power animals to give you more clarity on your readings, kind of supercharge your readings with all that great animal energy. And today, you Cancers have gotten the dove. It's all about love and peace and beauty. And you know, that is very much what Cancers are all about. Your zodiac sign is just so gentle and peaceful and protective and nurturing. And when you start to marry a spirit animal or a totem animal or a power animal with that just, you know, February is the month of love, right? You're just talking about a whole lot of absolute beauty that's coming for you this month in any way. You know, like if you love brownies, you're gonna feel like you've had the most delicious brownies on the planet. If you love smoothies, if you love music, you know, you may listen to a song or a band that, you know, that you've been listening to since you were a kid, and it just may be fresh and new and feel like you're just experiencing it for the first time and falling in love all over again. So that's going to be crazy awesome. Now, that said, it is also, there's also a call for you to know, you know, just kind of as you move through this month, know when to wave the olive branch and how to seek, you know, how to really go to the higher ground during times of turbulence, because that may be what this month feels like a little bit to you. Almost like, I mean, you know, you're a water sign, so you may feel like you're like bobbing and weaving in all the water, right? But that's because the heightened activity in Aquarius, that's a sign that is an awkward, it's at an awkward angle to your sign, and it's causing a little bit of harmony drama. There's some disharmony, inharmonious energy going on, and that can leave you feeling really tense, you know. And so because, you know, your zodiac sign, Cancer, you crave emotional security. And when you don't feel it, man, you tuck back in that shell, you shimmy back in there, and you'll stay there forever until you think it's safe to come out, which may be never, right? You got to come out. You know, the opposite of that is, as gentle and sweet and loving and nurturing as you all can be, you are fierce fighters. And so there's a call also that because of all the love that's going to be swirling around you, because you're almost going to be the ambassador of love and peace and gentle nurturing during this month, because it's a turbulent month, right? Anytime you're going to have so many people focus on the subject of love, and then you've got what's going on in the planets, you're holy cow, you've just got so many different levels and ways and means of thinking about love of all kinds: career, food, self, relationships, pets, the planet, and everything that goes on inside of Mother Gaia, right? That it can be like, ah! And everybody can feel like, you know, a weeble or a bobblehead. So when that happens to you, sometimes you come out kicking and screaming. You get those little pinchers and you're like, and if you do grab onto something, man, you are not letting it go. That's it. I got it. I'm not letting it go. Right? Because Cancers, you're the crab. You are the crab animal. And at our core, no matter what we've got going on in our chart for that month, at your core being is what your birth totem is, what your birth sign is. And that's Cancer, which means that you will always have all of the personality traits and characteristics of the crab, of Cancer. So as you move through this month, right, as you do your little sidestepping on the beach to get through this month, just know that you're being supported by and surrounded by and guided by really the gentle, peaceful side of you. And it's going to be incumbent upon you, and Dove will support you in this, that you're kind of the peacekeeper. You're the one that's going to mend bridges for people this month. Now, during the first through the third, your ruling planet, the moon, is transitioning through Libra, and that's going to make it easier for you to roll with the tide, right? Roll with those changes, because Libra and Aquarius energy, man, they work great together. So early in the month, your intuition and creativity, and those are really powerful tools, just such powerful tools for you, and it helps give you wings with the dove that will carry those ideas and those plans up to the heavens and help them come to fruition. So it's almost like you're going to be coming up out of the water, and you're going to spread your wings and you're going to fly. And of course, dove doesn't do that, but you could always turn, if you need a little bit more support in that, you could always turn your attention to birds that do that. Just kind of hold them in your space. Eagles will go fly into the water, cormorants and seagulls, and all that kind of thing. But it really, your animal for this month, your spirit totem power animal, is dove. But again, if you're in a position where you're like, man, I need to go in deep and then I need to come right up and out, then it's no problem if you want to call on the other birds, right? Now, when you commune with dove, or you go into kind of a deeper relationship with dove as your spirit totem and power animal this month, it is going to keep you very connected the first through the third. So remember that, because when just a few days later, then when the third through the fifth, as the moon enters powerful Scorpio, that's going to form a square to Venus in Aquarius. So that's when the disruptions and surprises, they may surface in your love life. Maybe your intuition is causing you to be suspicious for some time, and it'll take a few days for the full picture to be completed. So don't reach out with those pinchers just yet. Try to hold back on making any assumptions, and definitely Cancers are very, very famous for when they scurry back in their shells, they push everyone and everything away. Don't do that, because Mercury is in retrograde in Aquarius, and you don't want to do anything prematurely. You want to hold out and find the facts. Then February 10th through February 12th, that's a super intense time when smaller frustrations can have really large implications, especially career, love, finances, really in general when it comes to trying to move forward with whatever plans and ideas you've got. Then by the 13th of February, 2021, we're talking about your passions, your love life. Okay. Woo, that's when we get that boost. Your creativity, your spirituality, everything's going to be enhanced around this time as well. You're moving into the week of the 17th. Now that can stir your frustrations up, because unexpected changes might come to your wallet, to your home, more than you would prefer. Cancers are not a zodiac sign that loves change so very much, or surprise. It's not change so much, but really surprises, right? And that's because of your little bit of a skittish nature. It just is what it is, right? So just know that about yourself. Know that truth about yourself. And when surprises come for you, especially this month, just hold your ground, right? Then also remember, all these major energy shifts, they're happening so that you can find your comfort zone again. And you karmically or spiritually, maybe you're working on an ascension or a spiritual awakening. Realize that these situations are being brought to you at this time so that you can kind of strip away those discomforts and strip away the distractions and move through it, so you're not so complacent. Because when you scurry back into that shell, when you hide in your shell, what is there to do in there but think? You're just, you're shoved into this little confining hard shell, and all you're doing is sitting there watching. Okay, you're going to have to get out and stretch your legs at some point. So just push through it, move through it. And remember, call on dove, work in relationship with dove for the magic, for the medicine that spirit animal can offer. And you might even want to work with the color white, because it's a very angelic color. It's a very cleansing color. It's a very clear color. So you may need some color therapy and all of that also. Okay, so when you get to the 28th, right, the end of the month, the moon forms part of a grand triangle in earth signs. And in the sign of Virgo, that will give you a bit of a reprieve to feel more secure again, especially in finances and health. Now remember, there's a full moon on the 20th of this month, and that's going to remind you to keep grounded, even as you explore all of, because you're going to come out of your shell and you're going to explore the romantic desires, the spiritual ideas. Just embrace Dove as a spirit totem and power animal, and let that critter just kind of lead you through almost every moment. If you're feeling unsure, just visualize or you might even carry around a picture of a dove with you, whatever talisman or totem you need to have. That's going to be super helpful to you this month. Now, with Cancer, okay, with the crab, okay, as your symbol, not only can your pinchers come out, but that hard, crusty shell that actually protects you somehow can seem to get tougher and crustier and harder for people to break through. So through this month, it's important that you show that vulnerable side of you. I know that's not a word you like, but maybe be okay to show that more vulnerable side of yourself. And in doing so, you're going to achieve that peace, that beauty, that love, that feeling of safety that you so crave. One more thing about Dove. So earlier in your tarot reading, what the message was you may have to be the facilitator of peace and love and all that kind of thing in your family. Offer an olive branch, right? If you're finding it really hard to be the person that makes the first move to try to say, because it's back to that old, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? That saying, choose to be happy, and know that if inside of you, you're like, pinch, 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 pinch. I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be the one that takes the first, makes the first move to mend the bridge, because it's their fault and they shouldn't have and this shouldn't have. Okay, that's true. But again, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? And so Dove is a great, great, great helpmate for carrying that olive branch. If you remember in Genesis in the Bible, that carrying of that olive branch, that makes Dove the most heavenly messenger of hope and of new life, right? And so if you come to think of it as whatever this situation or relationship is, once you take that olive branch and you lead the people or lead the situation to come to a place of love, now you're talking about just a divine, you're walking a divine purpose. And that is, what comes from that is indicative of the new life of that relationship. So if you'll think of it as that, if you're helping to birth new life into the universe, into your own world, into their world, maybe it won't be so difficult for you to carry that olive branch. Okay, so, see, my dog thinks so too. I hope that was helpful. Pick up your copy of the Arc Animal Tarot and Oracle deck. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way you'll get to hear my barking dog. As always, reach for the stars.